Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Connie here with Kingdom Chats. How's everybody doing today? Hope everyone is doing well. I just wanted to talk today a little bit about how I have gotten so well at clearing the room. Once you start talking the truth, once you start talking God to people, it clears the entire room. Have you ever noticed? Have you ever tried that before, man? It is just crazy. Meaning, just when you go into, different communities or different areas, where you're not normally at, but in the real world, right? And you go, you start having a conversation, whatever. It's not like you're throwing nothing down anybody's throat or whatever. And you're talking to a group of guys mostly, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, right? So, you're sitting down having a whatever it is that they're talking about, which is frivolous, make no sense, and never matter really, versus the important things that they should be talking about, right? Just like, you know, you connecting to your source of creation will give you all things that you want, man. Simple as that. You can't even say that to people anymore. They just take it. Oh, here she comes with some religious talk. Let me go over here. Let me find something to do. I'm just reminding you of something that you just failed to recognize that is important. Because why? We're just too caught up in this world today. It controls us. This world controls us. We were supposed to control everything, but it's the other way around because somehow man has found a way to be ruling over the people when ultimately Genesis 1 and 26 states that we have the dominion over the earth. It's meaning that we are the ruler over all things. You know what I mean? We are supposed to be in control here, but it just seemed to have flopped around and we haven't recognized it because we are just too comfortable living this mediocre life. And not coming at anybody, but it's just real factual stuff that you need to hear, man. Just sit down as a man and listen. And I'm always coming across these guys, and it just seems I'm not trying to come off as intimidating, but I've gotten that everywhere. I'm sorry that I'm just a person like this, where if it's something that I know makes sense for another human to hear, I'm passionate about talking about it. Like it's just that what you become, right? You just become this person. It's a natural thing, and if you just let it flow within you, man, there's no need to be. It's that spirit. That is the spirit that is not supposed to be there. That is intimidated. Yes, I hope that I can get it out of anybody that I talk to, and just recognize who you're talking to. You're talking to another living soul just like yourself, but because you just don't recognize it because you're too caught up in this materialistic world and you think something else other than how you're normally supposed to be thinking, you know what I mean? So my thing is, don't be intimidated, brothers. Don't be intimidated, sisters. It's not about that. Just know that I'm just talking to what I probably see within you. Don't follow this worldly life and get too sensitive about things. I will never, my intention is never to make you feel any kind of way, make you feel down or whatever. Don't think of it as such. Your whole mentality on receiving things need to be changed up a little bit, because everything somebody is coming at you good with, you're going to interpret it as something negative, which is not the intention at all. I'm about uplifting brothers and sisters, uplifting anyone that needs it. You know what I mean? So with that being said, yeah, I was talking to some guys last night, man, and it's just amazing, you know. We started out good, but as soon as you start hitting the topic on, you know, things would be a lot easier if you really kind of develop a relationship with your manufacturer. And you say it in such a sense where it's just like we're having a regular conversation, right? As soon as you said that word, room clears out. It's amazing, but you know, you can't let that deter you from what it is that you're supposed to. Them guys is good. It's like a seed is already planted, but they just didn't want to hear it at the moment. They're too comfortable just sitting on the corner, drinking something, and just, you know, maybe that's life for them. And who am I to judge? You know, I'm not judging, but it's just, I feel like I come to remind you that you know, if I mean, let me rephrase that. If you're all right and you're living good now, so be it. But I'm free to speak the truth, and if it shouldn't bother you, or if it's not gonna bother you, in other words, you shouldn't have cleared out. Like, I know you don't. Some people don't want to hear. Some people don't want to hear the truth. That's concluded. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. And that's what it is, man. It says it in that book. You gotta live in truth to and love to fulfill all these laws, statutes, and commitments by our manufacturer. You know, but I never go at somebody with no judgment. It's not for me to do. That is not my place. You know, I'm just here to just tell the truth for what it is. And if you choose to want to hear it or not, it's up to you, you know. So there's just a lot of things that it's important for us to know, but that's what we run away from. You ever thought of that? Why is that? Why is that? Because you know you're supposed to be better than where you're at today, and you choose not to want to hear the reality of it, because yes, you have dealt with it. And you know, most of us go through this. We're all living in the same world, man. Most of us go through this. But like, if somebody take the time to sit down and listen to somebody, you know, story. I know that, oh man, you know, our spirit's been discombobulated and corrupt so much that it's really kind of hard to receive something when it's actually good for you. But that's where you have to come in, you know, control a situation now. You have to come in and control the situation and not let situation control you. You know what I mean? I hope you understand what I mean by that. And ultimately, guys, it's just, we come and do the work that we are placed here to do, and then live a prosperous life. In Jeremiah, it says he knows the plan he has for you. The plan that he has for you is to prosper you. You know what I'm saying? As a person. So it's just up to us to take back control of what it is that we let controlling us internally, mentally, and ultimately physically. But it's a mental game. Everything starts with up here. The head, man, the brain, the mind. That's what you have to really kind of get into or teach something in order for it to manifest through our physical being, right? So physicality, it has to come here first. So people, of course, over the time and years have come up with ways in order to manipulate this mind of people, and clearly successfully, because we are all going in a direction which it's not necessarily what the Creator intended for it to be. But what are you going to do once you come into this world? You know, you're going to gravitate right to the thing that you know and that you were taught. So It's kind of rough down here on the earth. Yeah. But if you really feel something within yourself, you got to go with it, man. You got to not give man the power over the creator. That's ultimately what you're doing. If you feel that you can't do more than what somebody tell you you can do, you're gonna just always be this mediocre, living this mediocre life. And apparently it's been working, you know. We have no faith or no courage for the creator. But that's a whole nother story. But I hope today that's touch someone, or you listen and try to do better, man. You out here every day. I know that it's just I'm gonna do a video on a breakdown of understanding on how to start like letting yourself develop a relationship outside of you, like with the creator, right? Because I think psychologically and mentally, I don't think that we grasp, and I should know that, because it takes a while to break down what you have been taught or what you have learned, and until today I still battle with it sometimes, but you got to break down all that barrier that you have learned and taught, and it's really was instilled in you by fear, most of it, right? So fear is just the hell of thinking, like anyways, you need to break that down. You need to break that out, right? So I'm gonna do something like that for the people, hopefully, and then you can understand it a little better, come from a different perspective, whoever this may resonate with, and I want you young people you guys are the future, man. And if we can change the mind of the young ones coming up in the world, I know that you're gonna come and try and see how people do things, but to give you the knowledge on yourself, and hopefully you grab something from that and know that you don't have to be this mediocre person in this life. You know what I mean? You were just placed on this earth not too long ago, and you have a lot to learn in order to get to a place where you need to be. So if you can grab this from early, there's going to be nothing in this world that you can't do, that you think you can't, think you can't do. You got to get that courage. You got to get that ability to know yourself. It's not even an ability, it's a natural thing. But like I said, conditioning, past the conditioning, here on this earth, we think automatically one way. But I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. God bless. Love each other. Be kind to one another. And, continue spreading the love, man. That's what it's about. That is ultimately what it's about. Settle things in love and harmony. God bless. Peace.